This match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Coming at first, representing the British Express, we have SuperEffector, who will be going up against our new YPW World Champion, Mr. Douglas, tonight. Now, there's a lot on the line tonight, although it is a non-title matchup. SuperEffector is furious after not being in either the Elimination Chamber or in the six-man tag. He was the only man who's left out of both the winners and losers bracket, so he's got a lot to prove tonight. And a win tonight would definitely put him in the number one contender slot for the YPW World Championship. On the other hand, Mr. Douglas is the one who requested this matchup, as he wants to prove his dominance. Losing to someone who hasn't won a match yet, as his first match since becoming the champion, would be absolutely humiliating. So there's a lot on the line. And out comes your YPW World Champion, Mr. Douglas. You can see the new YPW World Championship belt around his waist there as he comes down the aisle. Again, this is a non-title bout. The title is not on the line. However, if SuperEffector wins, he will become the number one contender and get a title shot in the near future. Doug has nothing but pride on the line tonight. The ability to prove that he is a dominant champion who will take all challengers. This is going to be submission skill versus raw resiliency here tonight, with SuperEffector being the first submission specialist that Mr. Douglas will be fighting. We'll have to see how well his technical holds can do against the Iron Man, Mr. Douglas. As we get an achievement in real life in the bottom right there. Looks like these competitors are ready. And the match is underway. And nothing but raw power from Mr. Douglas in the beginning of this match with that backdrop. Follows it up with a stomp. Picks him up by the head. And shoots SuperEffector off into the ropes, and he's caught with a big kick to the shoulder. Didn't quite catch him right, but was enough to knock him off his feet as he follows up with a few stomps. SuperEffector's gonna have to grab a hold here if he wants to take over in this matchup. Pulling up to his feet, but no, a second backdrop drops him hard on his back. Stomp to the teeth by Mr. Douglas, and another one to the chest there, absolutely brutalizing SuperEffector. Irish whip into the ropes, and gets a second big boot to the shoulder, following up with more stomps. Mr. Douglas just trying to stomp a hole in him. Nothing pretty about this matchup. SuperEffector's back on his feet, but he's met with a big punch across the jaw, throws the arm away and shoots a toe kick. Another kick to the back of the knee, and just drills him in the face with that kick. And a second one. SuperEffector is pissed after all those stomps. Rolling forearm gets blocked. Big Mongolian chop to the shoulders. A second one to the ears. Throws him into the blue corner. Could he be going for the choke slam? He's lifting him to the top rope. He could be going for that choke slam, but no, SuperEffector manages to kick him away. Jumps off with a beautiful front drop kick right off the turnbuckle, clocking him right in the face, and then clubbing him back down to the mat. Will not let him get up. This is a wise move. Everyone's the same size when they're laying on the mat. Club to the back of the neck. Went for a front facelock, but is countered into a Russian leg sweep by Mr. Douglas, as he just walks across the chest. Absolutely brutal move. He's got him by the throat. Lifting him. Double-handed choke bomb. Throws him hard down to the mat. Jawbreaker there by SuperEffector. Big back chop. Punch. A second back drop. And a big roundhouse kick dropping Mr. Douglas. and stomping at the legs. This could be a wise move. Oh, he's targeting the arm now. Drops his hip right on the shoulder, trying to dislocate it. Perhaps take the power game out and set it for that Royal Mutilation Fujiwara armbar. He's got an overhead key lock in. It looks like he's targeting the shoulder in this matchup, as he just wrenches it in, trying to keep Mr. Douglas off of his feet. Standing over him for leverage here, wrenches it in a third time, looking to release it here as he throws the shoulder into the mat. But no, Mr. Douglas spins him around, rear waist lock. He's got him up. Atomic drop, just dropping him tailbone first right across the knee. Could be going for a camel clutch here. He's got both arms, and he grabs him by the face, just pulling his head up as hard as he can, locking the fingers around the nose to try and stop him from breathing. Knee lift there by SuperEffector drops Mr. Douglas as he rolls him over. And once again dropping all of his weight across the right shoulder, across the left shoulder of Mr. Douglas. Wrenches the arm and throws his shoulder into the mat as revenge there. Just hovering over him. He's got the leg, but it gets kicked across the face. He's picking the ankle, and a kick back of his own, but he stays on his feet. He's gone by the hand, Irish whip into the turnbuckle. But no, Mr. Douglas pushes him back, lifts him to the top rope. He's going for the chokeslam for a second time. This is the chokeslam that he put away Sages with in the Elimination Chamber to get his #1 contendership, but he's not putting him away yet. He's trying to lift him back up. He's met with a shoulder block for his trouble. SuperEffector still in this one, folding up the wrist and stomping the arm out of its socket, just continuing to try and wear down the arms. Punt kick right to the lower back, perhaps trying to get him in the kidneys. He's got him back on his feet, spins him around. An incredible inverted power slam, smashing both of his knees hard into the mat. Only a 2 count, as Mr. Douglas manages to kick out of that wicked inverted power slam. He's going for a big punch there, but no, Fujiwara armbar. He's got the Royal Mutilation locked in, trying to wrench the shoulder out of its socket, leaning back with all of his body weight. But no, here's the release. Mr. Douglas must have been slipping out of that one. Instead, SuperEffector decides to shoot the half Nelson, roll over, 2 count. Only a 2 count though. Decided to weaken up the shoulder and then pin it down. But Mr. Douglas was still able to force it off the mat. Amazing tactic there by SuperEffector, trying to get rid of his ability to kick out rather than just going for the submission, knowing the pain tolerance of Mr. Douglas. Spins him around. A big fingernail rake across the back. Could be getting desperate here. Grabs him by the hair and throws the back of his skull straight down into the mat. Lifting him back up, but no, SuperEffector with a punch to the gut, managing to struggle his way back to his feet after having the back of his skull thrown in. Shoots him off the ropes, catches him, and in a beautiful neck breaker there. Just spinning under the arm, catching him in an underhook, and scoring with a neck breaker. Could be thinking of going to the top rope here, but he sees Mr. Douglas is getting back up too quickly. Punch to the face, but Mr. Douglas has him by the head, and a second mat slam. He could be looking for the spear here, but he's a bit too close. No, he spins him around. Inverted Russian leg sweep face buster, just driving his face into the mat. This has got to be it. 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Douglas, the YPW World Champion, is your winner. Still undefeated, and proving himself as a dominant champion here tonight, taking on all challengers here with SuperEffector. SuperEffector put up a good fight, but he wasn't able to take down the Iron Man, Mr. Douglas. Seeing the replay here, that beautiful inverted power slam, just slamming the knees and chest as Mr. Douglas hard into the mat. Incredible strength and technique by SuperEffector, being able to lift the bigger man up and throw him down with such force. You can see there the Royal Mutilation, his finishing maneuver, as he decides to release it early, to spin him around and capitalize on it with a pinfall. But there wasn't quite enough weight on the shoulder as Mr. Douglas still was able to get it up. And there's the big face buster. knocking SuperEffector out. 1, 2, and 3. Who will be the first man to defeat Mr. Douglas?